Greetings, ladies and gents, and welcome to this latest narration of the web series Accidentally Adopted. If you're new to the series, there is a playlist listed down below in the description. And as always, I hope that you enjoy. Interlude 2. An indeterminate time in the future. The first contact materials were classified, yes, but that doesn't mean that they weren't disseminated. It was considered good manners to send the records of technical first contact along to the Xenos government. Refreshingly to humanity, these four-armed blue elves didn't seem bent on either conquest or destruction. Additionally, there had been some leaks. On a morning talk show. So, as you can see, the blues, as our intern Josh called them, are a far cry from those weird tentacle things who wanted to eat our dogs.
Nobody misses them, Janet. And it looks like we might have actually found friends out there.
At least one of us has.
I'm impressed with the blueies for that one. I know I wouldn't want to be stuck on a ship with one of those guys.
Bill, millions owe their lives to the Lost Boys.
Oh, you know what I mean. I would be scared he'd have a flashback and think I was infected.
That's not how PTSD works, you...
The show cut to commercial to avoid showing the audience that flagship personalities actually hated each other's guts and would have disagreed on whether coffee is coffee.
On a stately ship gently cruising through hyperspace, High Admiral Zoidkron, Lord of the Great Helm, Keeper of the Stars of Sea Sailors, put down the materials very politely sent along by the new Xenos people. Everyone agreed that they were adorable. But he was concerned about matching honors. It was clear that they were a sailing people, yet they had planets. Is sending a High Admiral equal to honors with a Fleet Admiral? Only the Star Queen stood above him, and she did not wish to offer insult by going herself and overshadowing the diplomat selected by these adorable little people. Then there was the list of honors attached to their warrior, who was hosted by a mere merchant vessel. Chance herself seemed to be laughing at them, since the merchant captain had sought out the safest and calmest stars to sail. Far from the frontier and amongst governments with little toleration for piracy. He would point out that the two are friends and nobody cares about even honors between friends. On the destroyer burning an unauthorized intercept course, the Lost Boys were all together again, which was unauthorized and downright discouraged by both Command and the MH Regs. But the Regs could go feck themselves. This crap was important. However, the important task of assessing what exactly they'd be doing for the prodigal brother was on hold because of a very important debate that had broken out.
Linus is way fecking cuter, you knuckle-dragging power armor, Abe.
Thank you, but boy, Lucy is clearly more adorable. Look at her little drawings.
The aforementioned power armor trooper retorted while his hand began drifting towards his belt.
I'm on Pierre's side. Team Linus, master fecking race.
I swear if I have to stitch any of you up over this, I am not using any painkillers,
a medic said darkly before continuing blithely.
Besides, Captain Dad is clearly the best, you know.
15 brand new combinations of profanity were invented then and there. On the speaking softly, the Admiral needed another break. All joking aside, she was happy for PFC Greg George. Not that she'd ever tell the boy, since he'd probably run away in terror if she did. Infantrymen were estranged around the naval officers. It was a known fact. She found herself harboring a growing affection for the Xenos captain for not only making one of the Lost Boys comfortable, but downright civilizing him.
Not a high enough rank,
he said. If you didn't get yourself busted every time you were close to making sergeant, you'd have been an officer by now, you jackass. In the same cramped office, the disgraced general downed yet another whiskey and wiped tears away from his face. You beautiful blue bastard, you saved my boy. You'll never have to pay for a drink in a Republican space if I can help it. Oh, my soul be damned, but you pulled one of my boys out of the fire. His thoughts had turned somewhat sappy and weepy as he got deep into his cups. In an office on loan from a petty officer, the bookish-looking man set aside the originals again and sat back and thought. Of all the people in the MH treatment program, PFC Greg George was a difficult case. Not just one of the Lost Boys, but a solo operator once they were broken up. It really shouldn't have been allowed, but their scouts and snipers had all wound up in the Advanced Stealth Drop Surveillance Scout Corps. The normal approach to MH was rocky at best with solo operators, and being a lost boy had compounded the issue. This shipboard treatment, though not exactly clinical, was something to look into. Guys like Gred were more used to living on ships than planets, after all. In the diplomatic suite. Well, shit, she thought. He used math. Took him a minute. The media just knows his name at the moment. But when this gets out, it's going to get funny. It's a widely known myth that drop infantry are morons. Anyone who knows people in the Navy knows better. Insane, yes, but not stupid. I guess he could have done worse. On a Gaudi ship in a Gaudi convoy escorted by a mismatched battlecraft. The ambassador was furious. This wasn't a meeting between nations or planets. This was a meeting of an entire new species. And the Republic hadn't bothered to inform anybody else. Republic bootlickers think they're hot fecking crap, he thought. Just because they're the most powerful star nation doesn't make them the representatives of fecking humanity. The coalition of independent planets has a fecking say in interspecies meetings. Hopefully, their lost boy fecking walking war crime hasn't fecked up their opinion of us. End of story. I would just like to thank the T5 supporters: Bushmaster 117, Casper Arnholtz, Dragzoon W.R.E, Elijah Silvercross, Gray, Jon Carrington, and Sevaren Serberous. Thank you very much.